On a beautiful Saturday morning, the Jaguar Club of Houston held their 40th annual concours, the Elegance Car Show, at the Sugar Land Town Center. The car show is the club's premier event, bringing out many classes of Jaguars from different decades in time. Jaguar Club President Ron Wallace tells us about today's event.
Today's event is our 40th annual Concours d'Elegance. So this is our main once-a-year show where people polish up their cars. There's different classes. Some of them are pristine condition, some of them not quite so good. So what you'll see there is everything from the 1950s, cars from the 1950s, the XK120s, 40s and 50s, some of the E-type Jaguars from the 60s, right through to the latest cars, the F-Pacers and the F-Types. The earliest cars I think we've got here today will be the XK120s, 40s and 50s, and they stem from the 1950s. So you see a car that was designed just after the Second World War, and open top, the very classic British sports car. Jaguar is always a little bit flashier than some of the other basic English cars that you see, but they really were very unique. The styling was very good. They were always been a cheap car. I say cheap, relative. Well, everything's relative, right? In the day, they were always less expensive than the Ferraris, the Aston Martins, things like that. So you'll see some of that styling. Then you'll see the next generation, which is the E-Type, which is very well known, the XKE, they call it in the States. From the 60s, started in 61 up to the 70s. And you'll see that classic style that Enzo Ferrari said was the best looking car in the world. So you'll see that. And then up to the behind me here is the Mark II, which was again a very nice car of its time. And again, always slightly cheaper. Jaguar went through its ups and downs. You know, it's always had not the money that some of the bigger brands had, but they always came out with a good car for the value. It rides nice. So you'll see that through the styles up into the later models.
With such beautiful cars on display, you'll attract many random patrons who just have to stop and stare. Some might even get the rare chance to hop in the driver's seat. But no matter what, it's still a competition, and these cars are being judged. But what are the judges looking for?
They will look on for the top class, the championship class. They have to be absolutely perfect, so you don't see any dust. They have to open the compartment to see the engine. All the engine compartment has to be perfect. So you'll see people out there with cotton swabs getting the last piece of dust off. That's the top class. Then you go down and there's things like the modified class where people are allowed to modify the car slightly. And then down to the driven class, which is cars that, like the name suggests, you can drive around the neighborhood in. And so the judging is not quite as strict. So they'll accept a couple of chips. Paintwork's not absolutely perfect. Cars still need to be clean, but they're not absolutely perfect condition.
With a long history, Jaguars are one of a kind and have been seen throughout history, especially in films. But there is one common mistake.
Yeah, people do mistake the Jaguars for James Bond, but that's not a James Bond car. They're more known like Austin Powers. You know, he had an E-Type Jaguar with a Union Jack over the top of it. So that's more known for that kind of film. The James Bond cars, the Aston Martins, which we've got one of them, the red one behind me.
For more information about the Jaguar Club, visit www.jaguarclubofhouston.com. For Great American Pastimes, I'm John Davis.